Hi everybody, hope you're all keeping safe and well. This week's Tuesday tutorial, I thought I'd go through a few hints and tips about polishing techniques. I'm quite often asked in the salon how it is that I managed to perfect my polish application. Not only is it practice, but there is a few little tricks and I'm going to show you them today. So before we start actually painting, we need to think about preparing the natural nail. So we're going to do this by filing, looking at the cuticle area and preparing the surface, because by doing this you're going to extend the lifetime span of your nail polish. So I'm going to use my 240 grit file. Now this is a really soft file to use against my natural nail, and when we're filing the natural nail free edge we're going to use the side to centre motion. That way you're not likely to split or damage the free edge, because our nail's made up of many layers, and the more friction you give to that free edge, then the more likely it is to split. So when you are shaping, if you look at the nails from what we call the horizon, then you'll be able to see whether all the nails are the same shape. Also, you can measure them. So rather than looking just at the free edge and how they differ from finger to finger, I would actually measure them from the cuticle area to the end of the free edge against each other. And that way you'll get a much more uniform shape and length. So the next thing we need to do is push our cuticles back. Now I have a cuticle pusher, but you could use an orange stick if you have one, or even just a bit of towel when you've come out of the shower. That's always handy. Now all we're doing is removing any skin and debris on the actual nail plate surface, and be really gentle, because the actual eponychium, which is our fold of skin down the bottom of the nail, is what protects our nails from infection. And it's when they dry out, become split, or you pick and you pull, which is when really problems can occur and infection can happen. So next thing, we want a really smooth surface to start and put our polish on. So I have a very smooth, again, 240 grit buffer, or again, you could use your soft file as long as it's really soft, and you're just really going to clean your nail plate and just work around. Now, if you can, concentrate down on your side walls down here, because that's where debris and loose skin and skin cells and things can sit. And we want to get as close to that as possible. And if you see, I'm just kind of pushing the skin back as well with my other fingers to just try and expose those areas as much as possible. And then with your polish remover, you're going to give them a wipe over, and this is what we call in the industry as squeaking the nails, because we want to degrease the surface before we start applying our polish. Base coats is all about anchoring the polish to the natural nail. Now it's all about loading up the brush. So because polish, its nature is to evaporate when exposed to the air, it's going to start drying as soon as possible. So the less strokes you do, the better. Now, if you start with the free edge, and those of you that have gel polish will know that it's really important to have the free edge capped. So start with the free edge, and then you are going to keep your brush in more of a horizontal direction, and you're going to start at the cuticle, push back slightly and pull forward, push back and pull forward. And you'll see this better, a bit better when I do colour. So I'll just show you one more time. So cap the free edge, again, I just turn my fingers around and just pull my nails back, my skin back, so I'm not touching it. Down at the cuticle, flatter brush, pull forward. Follow the shape of the cuticle and up the side walls. Now, for the video, I'm going to paint a red, and this is notorious for being quite a difficult colour to paint, but you'll be able to see it. So again, loading up your brush, you want to take the product off one side and you want a good amount on there because we don't want it too streaky, we want it to flow. And we are going to cap the free edge first, as we did with our base coat, and then you are going to hold the brush horizontal, push back towards the cuticle without touching, and you're going to pull forward, and then you're going to go around the side walls and pull forward. Now the less you do with the brush, the better, because if you keep going over the same area, what you will find is as that product evaporates, you'll end up with brush strokes in it. Now the reason why I've left my little one is because I've recently broke it, so it's really short. If you do have really short nails, come from behind first of all, pull the skin right back and just tap the free edge. So you're still getting the capping of the free edge without actually getting it all over the skin. So load your brush up again. Going to keep your brush quite flat, push back towards the cuticle, pull forward. Pull forward. And make sure that you actually move your hands about so you can see what you're doing. And where you can, if you pull the skin back away from the actual nail, then you're going to be able to see without actually touching the skin and get a really good coverage. Okay, don't worry if you do get a bit of product on the skin. If you have a cocktail stick maybe, or a little brush, and your polish remover, literally just keep dipping and sweep it round, and you'll be able to remove any product with ease from the surrounding skin. It'll give you a really nice neat finish. So your last step is to apply your top coat. The reason why we apply top coat is it can help dry the polish quickly, but it also gives a protective coating to the colour, so it can help stop fading from the sunshine, make it a little bit more scratch resistant, and also give it a nice high shine. Now I'm using Seshvi, which is an award-winning top coat, and you're going to apply this in very much a similar way to your polish. So you're going to cap your edges first, and you're going to float it on top of across the surface of the natural nail. So you want to load your brush up quite well. So float it on. So there we go. I've applied my base coat, my 2 coats of colour and my top coat. Cleaned up any areas on the surrounding skin where I've accidentally got product on there. And then my last step is to apply my cuticle oil. So just dab it on around the area, at the base of the nail, underneath. Try and use it twice a day if you can, because it controls the moisture content of the natural nail, keeps flexibility and shine, and it's invaluable. and you'll see a huge difference if you use cuticle oil on a regular basis. So there we go. So that's it for today's Tuesday tutorial. I hope it's given you some helpful hints and tips, and we really do hope to see you very soon. Stay safe, take care, bye.